it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me, welcome to the video, and welcome to Woodland Park, created by Molo04. Now, today's park is a PlayStation 4 park, and as always, if you do enjoy this type of content, then please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and a comment, as it does really help me out. And if you would like to have your park spotlighted, then the Discord link will be up in the top corner right now. Now, the description for today's park reads, "Welcome to Woodland Park. This park originally opened in the 80s, but come and explore it in the modern day. There are still 3 opening day attractions still open to this day, being the roller coaster, the carousel, and the chairplane. Have a race in the forest and get a spook in the Woodland Manor. The park's newest adventure area was opened in 2019. The slides for the park are from Jan BK and have been edited, with the park storage and a newly opened farm on the outside as well. This park is based in the North English countryside." So really excited to hop into this park. So without further ado, let's hop in and have a look around, shall we? Right, so here we are in the park, and as you can see, this is a mini park, which kind of makes me think that this park is not going to require a mini spotlight to run alongside it, because I kind of get the feeling that this spotlight is going to be relatively short anyway. But let's hop in and have a look around, shall we? So just to the left hand side of this car park here, I like these lights that you've done here. Just a little basic shape just on top of them, little custom lights. I like to see stuff like that. But we've got a little staff area parking here. I like the building with the 2 different textures. Just that yellow texture on the top. We have the Woodland HQ. I need to have a look inside. No, there's nothing there. Why do I do it? Why do I do it to myself? I don't know. I always have to check. But we have the staff parking here. And let's go and check around the outside of the park, shall we? Let's go and look at some of this farm area. As I was doing the cinematics, I was loving all the realism, all these warehouses and industrial areas around the park. Love to see stuff like this, very Moomin Little Socks-esque. You've got a little warehouse there just full of clutter. You've even got the shutters just using the railway lines just going across. Now we've got more over here, more offices, more backstage. We've got the ambulances just in there, just thinking of the safety. And then as we hop over the canopy of the trees, just over here, we've got even more on the outside of the park. This looks like it's going to be a expansion later on. So we've got some warehouses here. And then we've got some more clutter just chucked around the outside. And then we just have some things kind of like randomly thrown around, which kind of makes me think, is this going to be a later project? Is this going to be a coaster later on? Because you've got some of the supports here. Looks like it may be. Just thinking long term. Got some little porta cabins. And then if we follow this road layout just around here, we've got a field just to our right. So this is the Bunker Barlow Farm. And we've even got a little farmhouse just set back over here. Got the garages. Oh, nice little back garden. I like that. That's well fancy. I can see that you've used paint tool, but I maybe would have liked to have seen maybe just a little bit more paint tool used around here. Really lean into that paint tool. Maybe also just use a little bit of elevation changes around, because the entire area does look very flat. And with it being based in Northern England, you would know, like, certainly the north of England is not flat by any means, especially when you start getting up to Yorkshire and places like that. You don't find many flat areas. So maybe just some little tiny elevation changes, just little bumps. Maybe a water feature around here, maybe you've added as well. And then we've got another backstage here. So we have Woodland Park staff only. So you've got 2 different backstage areas for the staff car park. Is there anything inside this building? No, there's not. Why do I do it? I literally don't know why I do it. When I know there's not things there, I just can't help myself. And as we come through here, it's just through the open gate. Got another little porta cabin. Another warehouse. Got all the Christmas decorations in here. Got Halloween decorations. I like that, how the park would be themed up around the year for the different seasons. and then you've just got them in their back warehouse ready to take out for the relevant seasons. I love that. Really have gone into that realism. You've even got a water filtration system back here. Yeah, that's fantastic. Right, let's come back around, shall we? And let's go round to the main entrance of the park. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Yeah, I would love to have seen you lean more into more paint tool and just a little bit more, because you do have these empty areas, whether you do some fields with them, just using paint tools and then lines down them to like create some fields, just some bushes down the side, because this is only 57%. So even if this is on a PlayStation 4, you've still got, what, maybe 10-20% to play with. So just like loads more foliage and bushes and hedges, hedge trimmings always work well. Well, let's come through here, shall we? And we come to Woodland Park. So we've got what looks like a little Costa coffee just here. All the interior all decorated. You've got the binge, got some newspapers. That's a nice little interior. I love the wheels on the side. And you've even got a TV there. Just sitting here first thing in the morning, just before the park opens, have a cup of tea. I mean, he's not enjoying himself, is he? Run, Forrest, run! Is there a security guard chasing him? No. Where are the security in this park? You've literally... Guys, you've just watched him run past. Honestly. Right, let's go through these turnstiles, shall we? Got all the music. Right, let's go down to the left, shall we? I like the consistent theming with the buildings. So you got the brick texture and then the yellow concrete on top. Just a consistent theme going around the park. Got another warehouse again here. You have an insanity ride. Oh, you can't go any more this way. So you can only get to the insanity ride that way. Okay, let's come back. Got a block of toilets. That is going to be my biggest piece of feedback for this park. Is a little bit more elevation, a little bit more foliage, a little bit more paint tool. I love this though. Absolutely love that. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. So you've got the vending machines, but then you've also got the shutters that pull down at night over the top of them. That is fantastic. And then you've even got a little door here, so where the staff would come and then they could fill them up. That is fantastic. Love that design. And we come round here, so we have the forest race photos, got a seating area here, there is the exit, got some shops, got another backstage area. There's so many in this park. It's like every little space that you found, you're like, backstage area, whereas me, I'm like, what feature? So we have the forest race. Well, there's cattle pen queue line. And let's come up and have a look at this, shall we? So nice, simple station. We've got the storage just at the back to put your bags and belongings in. And let's have a look at the stats for this, shall we? So, Forest Race, it's green across the board. Really nice G-forces as well. Very realistic there. So, first ride of the park. Let's do it. Enjoy. What a great first coaster of the park. Really in fitting with the theme of the park. It doesn't feel too over budget or anything like that. It was nice and smooth, kept up a great momentum. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. What is this down the bottom? Is this all custom supported? Kind of. I'm kind of trying to work out, is that custom there? No, that's not, but then you've also got the scaffolding going around. It gives a really nice effect. I like that. And then you've even got the little hazard sign there. Oh, doesn't that make you wish we had TMTK? And just put on them danger signs, danger of death and things like that. So let's hop out the exit. We've just got some seating up here. And let's carry on, shall we? So, we've got a little midway game just in the middle, a hook a duck. Leave my accent alone, I cannot help it. That's just how I talk. Hook a duck. That's my Stoke accent coming out. And you can win a sword, apparently. Or do you use the sword to get the ducks? Look at the ducks, they're so cute. I love them, they're ace. Are we using swords to pick up the ducks? Or do you win a sword? I don't know. We've got a big open picnic area. Again, maybe I just would have liked to have seen a little bit more paint tool used around here. That is the biggest thing of this park, is paint tool, foliage, elevation. I think it would really add some different dimensions and elements to this park. Especially knowing how much percentage you still have left. You've got the luxury of coming back and adding so much to this park. I love this. So this is the adventure area that opened in 2019. So this is the newest area of the park, and where you would expect a little bit more budget to have gone into this area. So we've got a queue line there. So that is the Temple Spin. So we have a MACK spinning coaster. We'll come back to that in a second. Tell you what, you don't go short of food and drink in this park. Food and drink everywhere. There's more food and drink than rides. We've got a block of toilets. I like how they're set back, just over there. Then we have a little play area. And then we have the Temple Flight flat ride. Right, let's come back and have a go on this spinning coaster, shall we? Down the queue. You walk right underneath the coaster. Looks like there's some nice theming around this coaster. Love that, how you can just see through and see the snake just as you're queuing up. This is really well themed. A nice dynamic queue line just watching the ride go around you. Access points where you can see the ride going around. You got a transfer track that I can see. What are these? Lights in a cage. Okay. Right, so we've got this nice small little station with a snake on the roof. Not snake on a plane, it's snake on a roof. So, not green across the board, but the G-force is really good. So, second ride, let's do it, enjoy. Another fantastic addition to the park. I think the spins were really well controlled. At no point did it feel too erratic or like it was going to make you nauseous. I think it was really well done. Very good layout, nice and compact, nicely themed around. I love this when it comes into the station here, just that little covering. And then you have the transfer track for the realism. Yeah, another great coaster. Well done. Enjoyed that. So let's come out of here. And let's carry on. Now I believe there's a dark ride to our left, and I only noticed that just as I got off the ride. I didn't realise this was here. So we have this horror area, which kind of makes me think we should change it to night just for this one area. So let's do it. There we go. That's better. There's some really good lighting around this. I love how you can see the top of the coaster just through the trees. This park looks like it's lit up fantastic. It makes me look forward to looking at the park at night at the end of the spotlight. But we have a Woodland Manor. So, with the park being called Woodland Park and now this Woodland Manor, I wonder if this is very much like Hex from Alton Towers or something along them lines. Like the fact that this is a listed building, so they weren't allowed to do anything with this. So this building was here before the park was ever here. And rather than do any specific work on it, they just built a ride inside maybe? Or maybe Matty's overthinking things as per normal. Most likely. But lovely station. Very ominous inside here. So let's go for a ride on this one then, shall we? Enjoy.
On camera.
I'm not impressed. Not gonna lie, that first ghost on that ride that came down scared the absolute crap out of me. I actually jumped. Not happy. But what a fantastic dark ride. Some great trigger work in there. I mean, trigger work is an art unto itself. Something that I've never been particularly very good with. Yeah, really nicely done. Very basic, very simple, but very in fitting with the park. It's not over budget. Yeah, great job. Right, so we have this little gift shop over here. So all in fitting with the theme of this area. All horror. Got some more swords. Got a penguin. Just buy a penguin. There you go. Take that home with you. The only thing I would say of that ride is I would have added some music. It felt like it was missing music. So that's the only thing I would say. We got a little balloon stand here. Oh, you can just buy balloons. Oh, I love that. Just a little custom balloon stand. Again, just what as I've been saying around the park, maybe just something around here, whether that be some foliage. I would have been tempted to maybe lift that up a little bit, maybe just a couple of meters, maybe a meter, maybe two, put some rocks around it, maybe put it over a water feature or something, then put some foliage all the way around the outside, just really give it like an extra dimension kind of thing. And then it doesn't feel too over budget either. Because obviously everything in this park is done to a budget. It is your cheap family day out, your cheap little family park. So nothing needs to be too flashy or fancy, but never underestimate the power of foliage and a little bit of terrain work. It can add so much and still maintain that cheap family feel. Why don't I learn? Why don't I learn? I should have learned that there's nothing in any of these buildings, but I still continue to look. It's got another backstage there. This is one of the strongest aspects of this park, is just all the realism with all the backstage areas. It's like you've really taken a lot from Moomin Little Socks and Nerd Chat Show and Silverette and people like that, just looking at them backstage areas and the practicality of a park and how it works. We have this wooden coaster here. So this is one of the ones that was here originally, I believe, judging from the description. And this is a wooden GCI. So we've got more of the vending machines again. Got some toilets. And then we come round to the very final ride of the park. And it's just called Roller Coaster. Aptly named. There you go. Does exactly what it says on the tin. So, let's have a look at this then, shall we? So we've got more storage for the bags, personal belongings. So let's have a look at Roller Coaster. It's not green across the board, but once again, them G-forces really good. So final ride, let's do it, enjoy. What a fantastic final coaster to go on. I loved that. That was my favourite ride of the park so far. It just felt vintage. It felt old. It felt like it has history. Yeah, fantastic. Really simple. Really effective. Nice little layout. Great job. Really enjoyed that. And then you've even got a transfer track just over here. You've got a ride camera just there. No, hang on. That's not a ride camera. What am I on? Why would that be a ride camera when the ride comes this way? What is it doing? Taking the photos of the back of people's heads? Come on, Matty. There you go. Smile, people. Ugh. Matty, what are you on about? Anyway, ignore me. Let's carry on. No one heard a thing. So, as we leave that ride, we've just got another little flat ride just over here. So we have the Swift Drifters just inside that building. Nice little queue line, nicely themed around there. And then the Swift Drifters just inside there. And then we have Woodland Gifts. I mean, you're not short of swords in this park, are you? You can get swords everywhere. And there we go. There is the park. So what we need to do is just have a look at this park at night. So let's just quickly zoom back up here a little bit. And let's just swap that to night, shall we? So throughout the park, there's some really nice lighting that I can see. I would possibly say that the main entrance is a little bit too overlit. It seems a little bit too saturated in just that pure white colour. It seems a little bit too bad. What's it like down here? Yeah, maybe just a little bit too much lighting just down there. But I think that's the only area of the park that is too overdone. Everything else just looks beautiful. Really tactful. Not underdone, not overdone. Yeah, great lighting. And what a nice little park. I've really enjoyed this one. I've really enjoyed some of the elements. I love the backstage areas everywhere and the transfer tracks. Ride photos for all the rides. The fact that you've got midway games and a little balloon stall. Just these little touches that really add to a park. Yes, I would like to see more. And that's a good thing. When I want to see more, that's not normally a critique. That's a good thing. Because you've left me wanting more. Molo, I want to see you do more. I want to see more foliage. I want to see more water features. I want to see more elevation. I just want to see more, but everything that you've done here is fantastic. There's just not enough. So, I mean, I don't know if you're done with this park. I don't know if you would consider coming back and maybe adding more to it. I'd just love to see more, it build out a little bit more. Maybe lean into the paint tool more, lean into the foliage more. All things like that. Fill it up. Fill up that counter. You've got the percentage. Do it. Use it to your advantage. But yeah, there we go. So there is Woodland Park. So hopefully you've all enjoyed this spotlight. I'm not going to do a mini spotlight of this park because it doesn't really seem like there's any point because it's such a small park. Anyway, this has been such a small spotlight. If I did a mini spotlight, it's only going to be like 2 minutes. So there'd be no point. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you all think. Leave a subscribe if you are new. I'll be back in a couple of days for another Planet Coaster Spotlight. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, everybody!